Hello, I'm Alan. This session we're drinking Path of Cha's Yunwu, which translates to cloud and mist. So this is their Lushan is the place where it's from. So it's grown in Lushan, Jiujiang, Jiangxi, China. The Lushan Mountains is the shortest way to say that. It was picked on April 10th of 2019. The leaf here is kind of curled. So the processing, I guess you would toast it and you would roll it. And so as you look at the leaves here, they're kind of got a tight curl to them. Not ball rolled like an oolong, but they're twisted and curly. Color wise is kind of a green, like a powdery green, like there's a powderiness to the color. Like a matte versus shininess to it. That kind of matte green. All right, so let's go ahead and I've never had this before, so this is going to be what I'm drinking with my friends this week, and this is just the practice session, so that way I know kind of what to expect as far as how to serve it. So I'm just going to follow their brewing recommendations because I've never had a Yunwu before. Let's get everything ready. They recommend 80 Celsius water and a ratio of, they said 6 grams to 120 mils, so that's 5 grams per 100. So I'm weighing out 10 grams. Got 10 grams of leaf. See if I can get this without spilling. Only dropped one. Okay, so I've got 10 grams of leaf. I'm going to use 200 mil of water per steep. Now they do recommend a rinse, so I'm going to do a really quick rinse here. Oh, I didn't mention I smelled it for a second but didn't talk about it. So the aroma of the dry leaf was toasty, which is expected. So the main difference between like Japanese and Chinese tea is the processing, or the kilgreen process specifically, where they toast it instead of steaming it. So there's just kind of a toastiness to the aroma. So let's see what it is with a little rinse and some heat. Okay. There's the toast. There's a greenness that I'm trying to identify. For a second, it was almost like spinach, but that quickly went away, so not quite spinach. But there is a steamed greenness to it. Interesting. Okay. For the first steep, they recommend just 10 seconds. So this is going to be really quick. Let's get this turned here. So steep 1, water's up to temp, and go. Yeah, it almost took the full 10 seconds just to fill the pot up. And I'm not quite sure how many steeps this will go. They gave both a Western style and a Gung Fu style parameters. The Western, they said it's good for 2 to 3 steeps, but didn't mention how many this could go for. So I'd expect probably 3 or 4, kind of in that range, but we'll find out. It's about the same aroma notes. Nothing on the lid. I guess steamed spinach now, yeah. Now that it's done a 10-second steep, I'm going to kind of let that drain any last little bits. It's actually rather transparent. Like, it's not very cloudy. There's a slight cloudiness, but not too much. It's pretty transparent. So let's see. I don't know how much I need to cool it. Color-wise is kind of a pale yellow, some hints of green in there, but mostly a pale yellow. Get that covered up. All right, steep 1. Cheers. I'm already getting some texture where I anticipate the next steeps it'll be even more so, but there's a viscosity to it, so I want to say mucus. A mucusy, slimy, there's a thickness to this. Definitely toast. And the next closest thing I can pull out is probably starch, like bean starch. Almost like an undercooked bean. And really any bean. Just kind of the starchiness of a bean. Maybe edamame. Alright, well, they suggest just only increasing 5 seconds for the subsequent steeps. So let's on to steep 2. We're gonna go for 15 seconds. Progress the counter. And pour. That's a good aftertaste so far. There we go, a lot more color coming out in this. Still the same aroma notes. Steamed vegetables. There's something right now it's just generic steamed vegetables. I can't quite isolate what it is I'm sensing beyond maybe steamed spinach. Okay, color-wise, like I said, a little more green in it. It's still on the pale yellow side, but some chlorophyll's coming out. Cool it a little bit. Beautiful color. I like the color of it. All right, steep 2. Cheers. I'm trying not to, as I'm tasting, I'm trying not to swish so much as just pass the liquid around. I'm not trying to, like, as if I was rinsing with mouthwash. I'm just trying to move it around and coat all the surfaces. I want to say there's a slight algae note, but it's not prominent at all. Toasted. There's a nice texture to it. So even though the liquid is relatively thin, so definitely not the thickness of a gyokuro, there is some substance and body, some viscosity on the mouth. I really like the taste. That's good. Okay, trying not to like rush it, so I'm like calm down a little bit. Well, let's go on to steep 3. Progress the T20 And we're gonna try 20 seconds. The leaves are still very tight, so I anticipate several more sessions at least. Good couple of steeps. It's kind of filling up as they unravel. There we go. It's a very clean liquor. Nice yellow. And I've got some spare water because I think I'm going to need more. Let's just top this off. Not sure how much more, but don't want to run out. Alright. Still good aroma. Trying to cool it off a little bit. Different notes come out when it's super hot versus as it's cooling down. So just hints of that steamed spinach. There's something. I don't know how well you can see it, but the leaves still have some stuff to give. They're nice and tightly rolled, twisted, curled up, so they still haven't unfurled yet. There's still probably good, maybe 2 or 3, I'm just guessing, good couple of more steeps out of it. Oh. See if I can get my head out of the way, you can see it. Yellow. The kettle's a little disruptive. Oh well. Cheers. There's a little bitterness starting to come out. A very pleasant bitterness. But it is starting to bring out those, I guess, tannins is what that would be. Still good texture. Toasty, nutty. Kind of starchy as well still. Not too much on the dry cup as far as aroma. See what aftertastes I get. There is a cooling sensation that's happening now. That kettle was disruptive. I think next time I'll kind of pause it and boil it back offline, but we're up to temp now. So that one was, what was it, 10, 15, 20, so we'll do 25 seconds for the 4 steep. starting to open up a little more. They're starting to look like leaves now. All right, 25. Now more of the steamed, almost over steamed. But other than that, nothing new on the aroma. Let that kind of drain. Oop. All right, steep 4. Cheers. All right, so it's lighter. The bitterness is also lighter. So I would say we can probably only get 1, maybe 2 more steeps out of it. The texture's going down, but it's still thick. Not thick, but thicker than water. All right, there I'm starting to get some of the algae. It's still very subtle, but I'm picking up kind of the algae, nori notes. There. So let's try 5 steeps. Let's see what that does. So I was at 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, we'll do 30 seconds. Let that get back up. Price-wise, this comes to 28 cents a gram, so $7.94 an ounce. So for a 100 ml session, it's $1.40. Times that by 2 for this one, so it's $2.80, and you still get pretty decent amount of liquor out of it. So pretty good money's worth still. Try 5 steeps. Gonna move the maybe what I'm seeing that's still tight is probably stem, is what I'm seeing now. All right, 30 seconds. Color's paler. So I'll be curious if maybe 5's the max. We'll find out. Hold that up for you. Leaf made it through the filter. Got a stowaway. All right, steep 5. Cheers. Very hot. I need to cool that a little more. definitely lighter. This might be the last steep, but I'm going to do one more just to push it and just so I can fully experience kind of where the threshold is. But I'm surprised at how not bitter it is for being pushed this hot for this many times. Still just a very nice, subtle, toastiness to it. So we're going to do 6. We'll find out if 5 is the threshold or not. So I'll do 35 seconds. Just to milk it for all it's worth. From what I can tell, they look fully open now. Yeah, definitely kind of the overcooked greens, steamed spinach, like the defrosting spinach. Drain out every last little bit. Cool it off. Yeah, the color is less attractive on this. It's kind of brought out like almost a brown tint. All right, cheers. Yeah, I'd say you could still do it for 6, but this would be the cap. The flavors I'm pulling out aren't offensive in any way. They're just gone. All right, so let's drink the encore. We'll see what 6 blends or 6 steeps all blended together taste like. Kind of give a final overall. I guess at the beginning I didn't mention there'd be a too long didn't watch link, but there is now. Okay. Pale yellow color still maintained itself. All right, so 6 steeps. Cheers. Getting more of that toastiness back. That's the nice thing of drinking when you have enough left over to blend it, that as the flavor is gone, this literally is like a performance encore where it comes back and it's like, oh yeah, that's what it was like. So there's toastiness back, there's starch, like bean starch, edamame. Not very, well, there is a coolingness, cooling sensation, very subtle. Good mouth feel, good texture. Just a hint of dryness. It's not very drying, just a hint though. I like that. All right, so this is Path of Cha's Yunwu. So cloud and mist. Okay, I enjoyed that. This will be a good one to serve this weekend. to my friends. A lot of stems as I look at the leaves. They've got, maybe I'll pull one out and try to see. Like that's pure stem. See if I can find something that has a leaf still attached. Oops. That looks like maybe a bud, maybe? No. That's also stem. So it's a very stemmy tea. There's a leaf there. Well, alright, well, thank you for joining me on this session, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.